It started with a whisper at the dinner table. The kind that slices deeper than any knife. "You're just the dreamer." "Alara," my brother-in-law Landon said, his voice booming across the room like he was delivering a punchline at a corporate retreat. The whole family chuckled, my parents, Victor and Elaine, my sister Harper, even the cousins who'd flown in from Chicago. But when my fiancé Ronan walked through the door a moment later, Landon's smirk faded faster than a bad stock tip. That was the crack. The moment I saw the fault lines in the perfect family facade they'd built around me. For years, they'd cropped me out of photos, claimed my contributions as their own, dismissed my voice like it was static on an old radio. What secrets were they burying under all that polished pretense? And why did they need me to fade into the background to keep it all standing? Let me take you back to how it unraveled. Thread by painful thread. The invitation arrived like junk mail, shoved into my inbox with a casual, "hope you can swing by" from Harper, capped off with a winking emoji that felt more like a jab. It wasn't even from Mom and Dad, it was her way of saying I was an afterthought in their silver anniversary bash. I hadn't been home to our suburban Seattle house in over a year. Not since the last awkward holiday where my name barely surfaced in conversation. I was the artist. The one who sketched dreams while they built empires, Harper with her marketing firm, Landon climbing the ladder at his finance gig, Dad retired from real estate but still dabbling in flips. Me? I was the free spirit. The one who sent checks during tough times but got no credit. I hesitated before RSVPing. Not because I dreaded seeing them, but because stepping into that world meant slipping back into the role of the invisible daughter. I flew in on Friday evening, ahead of the Saturday gala. Harper picked me up from Seattle-Tacoma, her SUV spotless, her outfit screaming power brunch, tailored blazer over yoga pants, hair in that effortless wave that probably took an hour. Whoa, Alara. Embracing that boho artist life hard. Huh, she said, eyeing my faded jeans and paint-splattered boots. Good to see you too, I muttered, forcing a half smile. In the car, she rattled off updates like a news ticker. Landon's big bonus, Dad's golf league wins, Mom's charity galas. Not a single question about my solo show in Portland or how I'd clawed my way through freelance gigs. Everyone's buzzing about you coming, she lied smoothly. You're like the family's enigma now, the wandering creative. I bit back the hurt. Landon had always loved his nicknames. Last Christmas, he'd called me the eternal side hustle. Funny, right? Except it landed like lead. Saturday morning brunch at the house was a scripted affair, caterers bustling, mimosas flowing. Harper directed traffic like a CEO, while Landon lurked by the coffee urn, nursing his hangover. I tried to blend in, pouring myself a black brew. But he zeroed in. Alara, he boomed. Hey, not everyone's cut out for the 9-to-5 grind. Some folks are just ambience. He laughed, scanning for laughs. I met his gaze steadily. Lucky for you. Ambience is what makes the spotlight shine. He blinked. Mouth agape. No comeback. The brunch dragged on with chatter about 401(k)s, vacation rentals, and private schools for their kids. I nodded on cue. But inside, a slow burn ignited. Why did my presence always feel like an interruption? That evening, the anniversary gala unfolded at the upscale venue downtown. All chandeliers and string quartets, echoing Harper's wedding reception from years back. I arrived solo. Ronan was due tomorrow. At the seating chart, my name was MIA. The hostess checked her tablet, then led me to a makeshift table in the corner, by the kitchen doors, half set with mismatched silverware. Must be an oversight, she murmured. Harper swept by moments later, champagne in hand, her dress hugging her like a second skin. Whoops. Seating glitch. Figured you might bail. No sweat, I replied coolly. They've overlooked bigger things. Her smile tightened, and she flitted off to schmooze. I sat there, napkin untouched, as the night spun on without me. Dad's speech on lasting legacies drew tears from Mom during the photo montage, every frame carefully edited to excise me, like I'd never existed. No one checked on me. No one noticed the empty spot at the family table. Maya Angelou's words echoed in my head, no greater agony than an untold story. But this wasn't agony, it was routine. A well-rehearsed erasure. As servers bustled past with trays, I realized this wasn't a mistake. It was deliberate. A quiet way to keep me small. Then Landon stood for his toast. Glass raised. Paper in hand. 40 years, a testament to building something real, he intoned. Nods all around. While some carry the torch forward, he paused. Eyes sweeping the room but avoiding mine. Others just ride along. Chuckles rippled. Awkward smiles followed. He didn't name me. But the barb landed square, discredit by omission. With an audience. My fork hovered, my hands shook. Invisibility hurt. But this was public theft of my worth. I thought of Eleanor Roosevelt. No one makes you inferior without consent. Tonight, it rang hollow. Landon sat to applause. Harper patted his back like he'd aced a TED Talk. I slipped out to the hallway, breathing in tiles, counting seconds until composure returned. Back in the ballroom. The lights dimmed for a special tribute. On the easel, my watercolor of our childhood home. The one I'd gifted Mom for her birthday. Every stroke mine, the crooked porch, the blooming hydrangeas. The plaque read, gifted by Harper Hayes. She stood beside it, beaming. I wanted to capture their essence through art. Applause swelled, my breath caught. That was mine, wrapped with a note. May home always hold you. Now, repurposed as her glory. I didn't confront. I walked out into the night. The doors clicked, drowning the cheers. Grief for a stolen name hits different. It's not loss. It's amputation of self. In the guest room that night. Floral wallpaper closing in. Lavender scent mocking me from the closet. I didn't sleep. The fan word. Amplifying thoughts. My phone buzzed at 2 a.m., a text from an old college buddy. Jess. Unseen in years, you see this. A screenshot from a private alum chat. Harper's message from our junior year. Alara's the pity project we keep around for Mom's conscience. Timestamp matched the week I ditched my portfolio review to coach Harper through her pitch. Staying up till dawn. I defended her as ambitious when friends called her ruthless. Now, confirmation twisted like a knife, betrayal from the one you'd root for hardest. By morning, exhaustion fueled resolve. Downstairs, kitchen alive with bacon pops and coffee drips. Harper barked orders. Fruit platter before eggs. And remind Landon the rental car's due. I grabbed a mug, her daughter. Little Mia. 6 and wide-eyed. Piped up from her stool. Mommy says you don't have a real job. Aunt E. What's a pretend one? The room iced over. I smiled at Mia. Then stepped onto the patio. Coffee cooling untouched. The garden stared back. Dad's old Sunday haunt. When invisibility seeps to kids, it's generational poison, not Mia's fault. Just echoed whispers from adults who think crayons drown out truth. I lingered outside till plates cleared. Unnoticed. Back upstairs. No tears. No rage, just clarity. This wasn't neglect, it was inheritance. Legacies break only if someone shatters them. The post-gala morning mocked with sunshine. I rose early, hearing Mom hum to classic rock downstairs. Slipping into sweats. I helped pack leftovers, flipping through the custom photo montages Harper had ordered. Decades of memories, holidays, grads, trips, but I was absent. Even from my own high school ceremony, cropped out. Flowers in Harper's hands instead. My gut nodded. Harper breezed by with juice. What's with the face? I held up the photo. Oh. Printer picked the best angles, she shrugged. No remorse, just implication that without me. It shone brighter. Something snapped inside, history rewritten to soothe their unease. I folded it. Left the room. Afternoon lunch on the patio devolved into Dad praising Harper. She's the rock, financially. Emotionally. I interjected. I covered mortgage payments during the '08 crash. Wired monthly for a year. Silence. Dad frowned. You did. Mom's smile thinned. We didn't ask. You pushed it. No thanks. Just rewrite. I excused myself. Scrolled bank statements upstairs. Proof stared back. Labeled home support. When contributions become myth. You're not family, you're fiction. The question burned. What if the erased one remembers everything? Afternoon hush let me dig deeper. In old emails, the home refinance from 6 years back. Dad begging my cosign for credit issues. Just paperwork. Kiddo. There, my signature on the deed as co-owner for tax perks. I printed it. Circled my name in red. Filed it away. Paper doesn't gaslight. Outside. Voices rose. Ronan had arrived early. Hands pocketed. Scanning the patio like a hawk. Harper's twitch said it all, discomfort veiled as welcome. Ronan. Still consulting. Launched my own venture capital fund. Her smile cracked. Later. Behind the shed. I pressed, met Harper before? He sighed, conference in San Diego. Years ago. She pursued, I shut it down. Kept quiet to avoid mess. It clicked her snide digs. Holiday exclusions. All rooted in rejection. I wasn't just the odd sibling, I was her loss embodied. Back inside. Past staged photos. I felt the shift. If silence was their weapon, I'd forge my own. Evening cozy dinner, Harper's code for controlled, brought white chairs. Buffets. Citronella glow. Ronan stepped in unannounced. Landon spilled wine. Stain blooming. Mom's tone dipped. Didn't mention company. Ronan smiled thinly. Flight tweak. No bother? Tension thickened. Midway through chicken. Ronan leaned in. Reminds me of an audit. Guy fudged quarters. Buried deep. No eye contact. But Landon fumbled his fork. Excused himself. Whispered. He was my subordinate. Lied his way up. I walked. He thrived. Never forgot. Roles reversed. Wounded pride doesn't yield. It strikes. Next day's country club brunch. Pristine linens. Harper flitting like a queen. My phone buzzed, and a non-tip PDF of an email to Ronan's partner accusing him of fund mishandling. He read. Whispered. Lies age pearly. Eyes on Landon. Darting. Harper avoided us. Silence loaded like a chamber. That night, insomnia led to cloud backups. Old San Diego conference photo, Harper and Ronan in the background. Close. Smiling. Downstairs. I showed him. She didn't flirt. She sabotaged my marriage and job. Walked away from both. Chest tight, not jealousy, but revelation. I was her reminder of failure. The inconvenient proof. Final dinner at the club's hall, candlelit. Jazz soft. My place card, Alara. Artist, backhanded nod. Halfway. Ronan placed a folder center table. Anonymous fraud claim. Trace to your work laptop. Landon. Faces paled. I rose. Plugged a USB into the screen. Grainy video of Landon boasting. Fudged the numbers. They won't catch it. Room froze. Dad ended it. Enough. No defenses. Truth echoed in the void. Morning silence accused. In the living room. Mantle photos labeled me family friend D. I confronted Mom. Not a mix-up, your wished truth. She mumbled, you like low-key. I left it on the counter. Final slideshow replay. Me trimmed out entirely. They clapped their fiction. I walked out. Sun warming what they'd chilled. On the porch, Ronan handed a box. Vintage sapphire ring. His grandma's. Harper tried pawning it via my ex. Retrieved quietly. More theft. You build your legacy. He knew they'd never accept me, waited for me to see. Strength wasn't confrontation, it was release. Departure morning. Gray skies honest. I left a sketch in the closet, house with flaws. Note, I was here. Enough. Mom hovered, safe travels. No hug. Dad ignored, Harper avoided eyes. We drove off. House shrinking. Leaving wasn't loss, it was victory over silence. Months later. My gallery show finale, walls alive with my work. Film looping erasures, voicemails. Screenshots. My voice, they made me invisible. I kept receipts. Not for revenge, but remembrance. A Herald reporter asked, why personal? Because edited lives need narration. Envelope arrived, maybe right to leave. But you'd be nothing without us. I recycled it. Their story? Unfinished. Mine? Bold. Whole. I wasn't disappointment. I was the frame they couldn't fit.